So these are the two best cables right now available on Amazon to buy for USB-C. This is, well, it's also a very nice cable. So let me explain why these three, like these two specifically for Apple users and this one for Android users. So this is Thunderbolt 4 Hitachi cable and it's USB-C. It is backwards compatible. This is some new Anchor thing. I'm not much of an Anchor fan. However, the flexibility in this cable has got me thinking that this has got to be one of the best cables. This is a suggestion. There are cheaper alternatives, and I am not much into Android. However, this is one of the best speeds, 40 Gbps and 240 watts power over USB-C. This one is 480 Mbps. This is not for data transfer, just for it's just for charging, and this is for data transfer and charging. It has 240 watt, 40 Gbps, and it's Thunderbolt 4. This isn't Thunderbolt 4. It is sort of compatible. It has higher specification than this. However, this cable is not flexible. So let's go and open them up and see what happens there. So these are how these three are packed together, and as I said earlier, this is one of the best ones. I would suggest. It is usually nearly 40 pounds for a meter of this, and right now it is at 50% off on Amazon, so it's 20 pounds. This one used to be 30 pounds and right now it is at 15 pounds, half the price. This one is usually advertised as 22 pounds for the 6 feet length or 2 meter length, and right now this one is being advertised, like I bought it on Prime Day, for 18 pounds. You can see this thing is really flexible, and this one is also relatively flexible. This is 1 meter, 2 meter. This is 1.2 or maybe 1.4 meters in length. Now, this one isn't flexible. You can see from it, it is holding its shape, so it's not flexible. This one is like, you can feel it is soft and flexible. The other 240 watt cables that I bought that had higher speeds were stiff like this. So this is why this is just a suggestion, but these ones, I know these ones are really nice. This one is also flexible. You can see it is really flexible over here. For Apple users, the Hitachi Thunderbolt 4, and for Android or Windows users, it is this cable. Well, this is just a suggestion. I am not into this one. There would be cheaper alternatives. I haven't researched that far. And this one is smooth and silky and soft. The smaller one would it would go into your pocket and you'd never realize, and this texture is smooth and nice. Same over here. I bought a bunch of other cheap cables from Amazon. I had to return them. They were just so stiff. It wasn't like a nice experience handling them. Now, one thing to note is that these parts over here, the heads, they're a bit larger than Apple's own cables. So I bought Apple's 240 watt, and that wasn't a nice cable. It was maybe stiff as this, or maybe stiffer than this USB 4 cable. And all of them are intercompatible, so don't worry, maybe the Thunderbolt 4 won't work with USB 2 or 3, or they're just compatible with each other standards. They're backward compatible. They just work with all of them. This one has low data speed. These two have extremely high 40 Gbps, which is the maximum right now. And these two, I will put the links in the description as well as for this. So the Hitachi ones are 50% off right now, and I had been tracking. I wanted to buy a bunch of these for myself, and it's the first time I've seen the price drop in maybe a year or something like that. This one came on sale a few months ago, and it dropped 5-7 pounds. So Anchor, they just need to look out for their sales. And specifically Thunderbolt 4 cables. So it occurred to me that I needed a new USB cable. So what cable to buy? There are 4 options. This is Hitachi, the expensive one. This is Hitachi, the relatively cheaper one. This is a cheap 10 pounds Amazon Silkland cable. This is 100 watts Anchor charging cable. This cable is 10-15 pounds. It has a watt meter, it lights up. And this is Amazon Basics Thunderbolt 4 USB-C. So all of them are USB-C at both ends. The Amazon one has a silicone sort of finish. It is Thunderbolt 4. Thunderbolt 4 means 240 watts, and it is compatible with lower speeds, backward compatible, 40 Gbps data transfer. So if you're essentially trying to buy a USB-C cable, it is better to buy a Thunderbolt 4 USB-C cable. It works as a USB-C, backward compatible and future proof. So this Hitachi expensive one is about 40 pounds. I bought this for 28 pounds last year in 2023. This is a cheap Anchor cable. I bought it for 10 pounds. It is silicone and about 2 meters in length. So if you just want to buy a regular cable, I would suggest buying this one, the Anchor one. They come in different colors. The silicone is soft, they don't entangle, and it has a nice feel. So obviously somebody trying to buy a Hitachi cable for 40 pounds would think twice. However, the feel and the flexibility of this cable is really nice. If I thought that I wasted my money at that time, but now seeing it in comparison to the Silkland one, or this Thunderbolt 4, or the Amazon Basics Thunderbolt 4, I think this is the best value for money. It is a little smaller in diameter than the cheaper Hitachi one, which is also Thunderbolt 4, and it just feels natural in your hand. Nobody would know it's a Thunderbolt 4. It isn't as big and bulky as other cables. So my top choice would be to buy this one if it comes down in price to the 27 or 28 pounds that I bought it for. This I bought it for 16 pounds. So in comparison, I can buy 2 of these for 1 of this, and obviously it's worth it for the price. Now this Hitachi cables, the copper or something that I've used is more flexible than other cables. These might seem the same fabric covered cables, however they aren't. The feel isn't nice. This cable is stiff, it has a right angle thing, it has a USB-C meter, it has all the bells and whistles. However, I'm just not satisfied with this. The Amazon Basics for £10, Thunderbolt 4. If you're on budget, just buy this one, and it is flexible and it has a nice feel and it is future proof. It is well built, so there's a chip inside on all of them that controls the speed. So I would go with Thunderbolt 4, trying to save money. Longer length, normal Anchor, silicone one, USB-C, I think it is 100 watts maximum. The rest of them are 240 watts. If you want to use it carefully, if you use things really carefully, this is the thing to buy, this Hitachi. And if you are on a budget, still want Hitachi, and this is the thing to buy.